They've washed their hands off from a really talented team making tactics games. They've ruined a much beloved franchise, and now they've called an entire studio they formed in the first place. No, ladies and gentlemen, this is not EA. This is the new Electronic Arts of strategy games, Paradox Interactive. Hello there, strategy gamers, and welcome to my humble channel where I talk all things strategy games. It's been a while, yes, but I'm working on videos, albeit with less frequency, at my new place with very limited internet access, so bear with me here. But I just needed to get this video out. I know it's a little late, but it's something I simply couldn't ignore. A developer who turned publisher that I had admired in the past has turned out to be a bit of a horrible news for studios under their wings lately. Pardox Interactive are on a roll, and not a good one. So you might have heard the news of the cancellation of Life by You, a sim-like life simulation headed by the dude that worked on The Sims. That's Rod Humble, by the way. Life by You has had 2 delays and was poised to enter early access. However, lo and behold, the decision to launch in early access was put on hiatus for a while. Then Paradox decided to cancel the entire game and terminate the whole studio that they had formed in the first place. The sword of Damocles had fallen and severed this studio. Their reason for this decision was just that the game hadn't hit their expectation for a quality title. Mind you, Life by You was to be released in early access and would have had more time in development, which means it would cost Paradox even more than the 2 million they had spent for the 2 years of development up to this point. Paradox must have figured out that the amount invested into Life by You was not going to be worth it in the end of the day. And also, some people have also pointed out that the announcement of other live sim competitors and even a Sims 5 was also a factor. I truly doubt though Paradox Interactive would have taken these into account when they greenlit the project in the first place. It is very hard to time the market and to be the first in the market in any genre. You just gotta be confident about your game and make it the best damn version you could. Sure, I think the other titles increase the risk factor for Paradox and Life by You, but this wouldn't be the main reason for its cancellation. What was clear to me was this was a Paradox reeling from decision they've made years ago. And today, in a climate that is sensitive to the cost of making games and scrambling to make the books look a little bit better to the shareholders, this is not a company that puts their studios under their stable first, that cares about them and supports them. No, this new Paradox is a cold and heartless corporate machine. Yes, Electronic Arts, the destroyer of studios, comes to mind. This is the birth of a new Electronic Arts from Sweden. Now, it has also been reported that Paradox Interactive has had a bit of a toxic workplace culture within certain teams, and well, the leadership hasn't really had a great reputation for being gamer or developer focused. It's all very bottom line focused, short term thinking. Now I understand a business is a business, but the business of making games is centered around the people who make them, talent, and for the gamers who love the type of games they make. Discarding them just like that seems a little counterintuitive to me. I felt they could have come to a better decision here, a better outcome. Maybe, this is only half the story, and in fact, I'm pretty sure it is. Maybe Paradox really did try their best to find a solution around here. But this just doesn't bode well for the company, and maybe devs might be more inclined to work with other publishers. Perhaps that's what Paradox wants actually, to cut down the number of published games, to shift to a more in-house developed games strategy. So ladies and gentlemen, for me, I've made the decision to not support Paradox Interactive by not purchasing their products and DLCs anymore. Yes, I really enjoy playing CK3, I'm still trying to like Victoria 3, and I'm still trying to figure out Hearts of Iron 4, but I'm done. It's not a company I want to support, and I think there are way better publishers and studios out there that do a better job with their games. For instance, I've spoken plenty about Hooded Horse and how they've been knocking it out of the ballpark with some stellar releases. Maybe I will focus a bit more on developers or publishers like them, on smaller indie games too. Mind you though, these games maybe don't get as much views as big titles and devs and publishers. But personally, for me, I'd rather focus my energy on the things I like. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I never intend to ever play a Paradox game, like ever. If I see a change in leadership, this leadership must go, a shift in philosophy, then I might reconsider my stance here. Yep, no more DLCs and also Europa Universalis 5 for me. I'm willing to sacrifice these. I wish them the best, but bye bye Paradox Interactive. Anyway, I did this video here about Paradox Interactive, their rise to fame and then the infamy. You can watch that video over here. Tell me what you think about this whole studio closure situation at Paradox Interactive. And yeah, I know the game Life by You maybe didn't look the most polished. I've said that myself. I had my concerns about the game, but I believe they should have been given the support to, at least not close the entire studio down. That's what I think about it, and I want to know what you think about it. Tell me in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye.